Okay, cool. So it is reset day. New week, new affixes, all that good jazz. I've just fresh logged in. I haven't done anything, so get to go see what I got in our vault and all that good jazz. While we're here, let's go ahead and fix our abysmal talents that I was messing around with in BGs. Last night I did make Zanshi's cloak, so I'm excited to use that at some point this week. Be fun. Okay. Set up for the Holy Apparatus Legendary. Playing around with that this week, seeing how it feels. I say this week. I'm playing around with it for as long as my attention holds. Again, that's why I like Priest. I jump around between Disc and Holy and stuff, and it's also the reason I've got... How many legendaries do I have at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legendaries. My highest is I've got Flash Concentration at rank 3, and I've got Holy Apparatus at rank 2. That's it. So, I like diversity, playing around with different builds and stuff. Alright, so all of my champions are fairly high health. It's too early to be yawning, can't do that. Let's go ahead and spread them out and knock out all these lower ones. Everybody's getting better finally in their levels, so that's great. Had a bunch of low ones for a while. He's gonna be really good for that because he's gonna smash them all. Alright, no. Which was the one that smashes them all? Gun? No. Mini. There we go, that's gonna be easy. Scout the Wake, what's he do? An adjacent enemy. Okay, so this guy just... Oh, he's gonna wreck him, that's gonna be nice. Cool. Put his symbol here. This one is surprisingly hard. If I fail one, it's usually this. So let's do this. Let's put 2 back here. I'm gonna stack this one up, just gonna knock it out. We'll give him a chance to heal up. Sucks because he sacrifices his health every 2 rounds. It's only 42 damage though. Let's do this. We'll do that. And we'll put him next to Marileth, because Marileth can heal them. Yeah, heals an ally for 108 every 4 rounds. So that counteracts his 42 damage, because every 4 rounds that'd be 84 damage. So still positive with his healing. So let's do that. And poor Secutor, he's just gonna have to not go. I guess I could toss him on this 26. Oh yeah, look at that, he can hit all 3. Nice. We'll see if that's enough. Cone, they've got a lot of health. Shoot, look at him. Dedacious. Decadacious. Sounds like a rapper name. Decadius. Decadius. Okay, no, that sounds more like a gladiator name. Like a... Oh, my Warhammer 40k is off. Like a Nurgle gladiator. There we go. 206 damage. We're probably gonna fail this. I'm gonna try it though. Better than just having him sit idle. Okay, cool. Everybody doing something? Get to work, you lackeys. Alright, let's pick up our stuff, our callings, our quests, our everything this week. No, I should have picked up the Sanctum quest before I picked up the missions, but I didn't, so I missed out on a whole. I don't think I got any. It was the Veiled Crystals, I know, for at least one of them. Build Augment Runes. Alright, let's charge this bad boy up. So I don't understand how people have so much anima. There's people who are talking in guild and stuff about upgrading their transport network and stuff like that. Like, I sit around maybe 2.5-ish anima. Okay, anima. Everything is at rank 1 except for this one. This is rank 2 for the anima conductor. So, I don't know. I also don't do world quests, so that's probably a big part of it. But I've got 4 areas reinforced. I'm not the best about doing those every day. I did get my Predatory Plague Rock, though, to drop from here, one of my anima conductors, so that's pretty cool. I'm also really bad about doing the Stitch Yard dailies, and I'm also really bad about doing the Maw dailies. Those are big points that I'm not really. I don't really do a good job about taking the time to do those. Alright, let's head to Oribos with our NG wormhole generator. This expansion is the first one that I've experienced the joy and convenience of engineer. My druid's always been an herbalist alchemist, which has been good for money, which explains why I'm so broke this expansion. Because I got to figure out a new way to make money. That's what I've been doing, picking flowers and selling flasks and stuff, and transmuting has been the way that I've made money since Wrath. So I've got to find something else now because I'm broke. Be broke. But this expansion, on my priest, I've been focusing in on enchanting. And then I did level up my engineering because I want to spend more focus on mythics. So I leveled that up, and now I can do that good old B-res. But yeah, this wormhole generator is slick. I didn't even know that was a thing. It's perfect for Oribos too, because it doesn't matter where in the city you really get teleported. It's just, I'm here. It's awesome. Alright, so completing the second half of my Venthyr trust building exercise. I'm not planning to swap, but you know, if you complete the first component of the trust building quest towards the end of a week, then on reset you get the second one, and then you complete that, and then you just let it sit and you don't turn it in until you need it, and you swap. Theoretically, you can do two covenants a week. So I was talking with Jeff the other night about this. This is here's an example. Let's say I wanted to be holy for raiding, and I want to be Necrolord. Anytime we do raiding, our guild raids on Friday and Saturday nights, and I want to be Necrolord. I want to be holy. But I really want to PvP as Disc, and I want to PvP as Disc as Venthyr for the mind games. Let's just put that scenario out there. What I could do this week, I have the quest ready to go. I'll need to complete the trust quest for Venthyr, but I'll complete it at some point and have it ready to go, and hold on to it until after raid night. So raid night comes around, I'm done with raiding, and I've done everything that week I need to do with Holy Necrolord. Then I turn in the quest on Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever, and I am then Venthyr. I have between Sunday and reset to do whatever I need to do that week as Venthyr, as Disc Priest. So I do all my arenas and stuff like that. In the process of doing that, I start the quest to go back to Necrolord, and I complete. It's really easy. It's literally 2 normal dungeons or heroic dungeons or whatever. That gets you to like 96%, or something. I forget, 90 something, and then you do like a world quest, and you're good to go. So it takes no time at all. And then reset happens. I complete the second portion of the trust building. Because it's delayed by a reset. So if you can game it by doing one portion of the quest on like Monday night and then doing the next portion of the quest right after reset on Tuesday. So I'm coming into the week as Venthyr, and so then I do all my arena discs stuff as Venthyr, and I hold on to the quest to turn in to go back to Necrolord. And then Friday rolls around, it's raid night, I swap back to Necrolord, and I'm ready to go for raids. So that is a way that you can kind of game the system and have 2 covenants in 1 week. If you really have 2 different things, that, I mean, if you want to do that, it's a little bit of extra work. I mean, everything is saved when you swap back and forth. The only thing that kind of stinks is like when you swap covenants, you know, you're starting with new followers for missions and your upgrades for your covenant sanctum and stuff. You gotta start that fresh. But I mean, if you do this system long enough, each time you swap, everything, all your progress is kind of capsuled and saved for the next time that you swap back to that covenant. So when you swap back, you pick up exactly where you left off. So pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to set my loot spec for, I don't think it really matters, Discipline or Holy, it's the same thing. It's just going to be random healing stuff. Alright. Cool. Look at this. Alright, let's put on, boy. Ooh. That's really stinking good. I might just have to straight up do that, because if I'm not using... Yeah, I'm using a 200 right now. Oh my gosh. Let's check before I get too excited and just run with that. Ooh, I could use that with my blacksmith hammer. That'd be really strong. Gladiator's medallion, I've got one. So I don't need that. Charm of... Oh, you know what? I've got that. And mine has leech. So, cool. That's the exact same wrists that I'm wearing. No temptation there. Wrists, 226. That's a slot for my legendary. It has a socket, though. Oh my gosh. Terrible stats. Good for PvP. Decent for Holy. Not really an upgrade. Yeah, it's definitely, without a doubt, this one. Ooh-wee. That's exciting. And I got a Deicide 14. Nice. That trinket I am so excited for. Look at that. Okay, and let's say I was using my Flash Concentration Legendary. What does that bring us up to? 215 item level. We are making some progress. Triple check. I don't want to disenchant the wrong one. Ooh. Okay. Zanchi, where am I going to put you? Where am I going to put you? I don't really need that drum thing there. Okay, nice. Excuse me. Okay, let's go pick up our weekly broker quests. What are they called? Valuable find quests or something like that. Let's go pick Dam up.
I live to serve, Maw Walker. is clear. You deserve only
Necrotic Wake and Plaquefall. A dentist's worst nightmare. Need to sell these augment runes. I need to find some kind of, I don't know, add-on or something that shows, just kind of pops up like a little notifier when there's a call to arms available for heroics or something. Because that'd be really nice. Because, if you're wondering why on earth I would want to be doing heroics, the call to arms gives veiled augment runes. And you get like, I think it's 2. Check it out. Well, they used to be higher. It used to be like 1500, but still, you know, for a couple minutes of your time, being able to make, let's see, 2 of them, 2,300, almost 2,400. It's not bad. Also some potential disenchanting mats and stuff like that, if I choose to not be kind and pass it off to somebody else in the group who's actually trying to get gear. So, just some good stuff that you can do from that as well. This week, if I upgrade... let's see, I'm going to be 28 this week, and I believe that gets me... Ooh, a kitty! And a new companion that's going to drop down my overall level of my followers, but that's okay, on the troops. And a mini. It's pretty cool. The 7th row of a mini's traits, that it would be... Ooh, that's where I can do another. So it doesn't matter which one I do now, I can have 2 potency conduits. Pretty nice. Let's go at least do our souls real quick. Against my better judgment, I'm bragging about my new trinket. Just so happy. Just so happy. It's a quick way to lose friends. Alright, let's do these as... Oh, no! I was trying to click the specialization page. Let's do these as shadow. I've really been enjoying shadow. It is nice. It's a great DPS spec. They really did a wonderful job redesigning it and stuff for Shadowlands. It's very cool. Apparently the mall is a scary place. It's dangerous to go alone. It's also dangerous to have my computer. My computer is not the best. I built it in 2012, and I've upgraded components of it since then. Did one of those Corsair water fans or whatever. So that was nice upgrade to help with the heat, because I had a big problem with heat for a while. And then upgraded the graphics card. I don't exactly know what I have. I want to say it's a 1050 Ti. I don't know though. If that sounds like it's really good, then that's not what I have. Because it's alright. And then for Christmas, I asked for a new CPU. Don't exactly remember what it is. If you look up the minimum specs for WoW, it's that one. That's the one I chose. I do have an SSD. Did that a year or two ago. I'm happy with that. So it's now officially comfortably minimum specs for WoW as of Shadowlands, because they updated it. Had that message that told me my stuff was going to be unsupported, so that kind of freaked me out. So it's working alright. It plays fine. It's just these random stupid freezes that happen. And maybe I'm just looking at it with rose-colored glasses, but I feel like it... Rose-tinted glasses, but I feel like it only happens like maybe once an hour, and it freezes for like 2 seconds. That's not enough for me to really like freak out and go out and buy a new computer. It's just enough for us to get an unlucky wipe every now and then. So I don't know. We'll eventually get a new one. Oh yeah, I have a calling down here. I've got to find special people. And yet again, trying to mount. Look at him. He's got his mount. What a beast. Okay. I'm just running. I'm not even looking at my minimap for souls. You want them souls? It ain't wise to be holding out on Magnon. After this, I'm not going to bother doing my Torghast right now. I'm going to do what I've done the past 2 weeks and just procrastinate under the excuse that, oh, well, maybe somebody else in our group will want it later, and then I'll have to do it a second time anyways, so I might as well just wait. Whatever. I need to do it at some point before Friday at least, because it'd be nice to build or upgrade another legendary. So anyways, after this I'm probably going to do some mythic dungeon pugging stuff, unless there's anybody on. Yeah, there are. Look at that. Instant respawn. Get out of that rock, soul. Cool. How long on this calling? When does this expire? A day. Oh, I should take care of that while I'm here, but I just don't want to. If I see any more rares between here and this portal, then I will do it. I also am not going to look at my screen, and I'm just going to drink my coffee. So, I don't think that that's going to help my odds. Just memeing in Discord. Ha ha ha. Alright, let's figure this out. Okay. Let's pug a little. Let's do some pugging. Low CR alt RBG heals. I don't know if I really, and they have 3 healers, so I don't need to worry about that. Affixes this week are Tyrannical, Bolstering, Necrotic, and of course, Prideful. So, Bolstering. Ugh. So, this week, first of all, it does not look like a very nice week at all. Tyrannical's inherently kind of difficult to be a push week. Necrotic scares away a lot of tanks. And it further increases the kiting meta that's kind of pervasive through Mythic Plus right now. And then Bolstering is not really something that I can have much control over. Again, I like affixes like Grievous and Bursting and things that I can have some more control over as a healer. I don't so much like this, because this is a tanking thing, so I gotta have to trust the tank. This is a DPS thing, I gotta trust the DPS. And then Tyrannical is just kind of difficult in general, depending on the boss. So kind of a toughy week. Toughy. Alright, Jeff. I will talk a lot, man. In general, I'm trying to do better about doing more commentary during Mythics and stuff like that, because I feel like that's better to watch anyways. So I will do that for you. Thank you for incentivizing me. So yeah, difficult affix week. We'll see. Debating whether to play Disc or Holy. I'll probably jump around a lot more this week. Last week I did a bunch of Disc because before that I had a big chunk of Holy videos that I put out. So I'm trying to get a balance of content. It's kind of worked out so that I've just done like one a week, but that's kind of weird because that means that I'm always doing Holy on a Tyrannical week. So I might as well just jump around. So let's do some holy. Let's do that, and we'll use the let's use harmonious apparatus. Let's do that. Actually, you know what? What the heck? We'll do disc. Let's do some disc. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm just joking. Yeah, let's do disc. I'll do penitent one. Playing around with the idea of a new build. Shadow Covenant, pretty cool. So with Shadow Covenant, so here's my thought process for this build. I know that I've done a version of this build for Grievous and it works really well. You run Twist of Fate, Mindbender, and Shadow Covenant, and what that does is it makes you not have to attack so much because there's so much reactive spot healing and stuff with Grievous, and your Shadow Covenant buffs up your Shadowmen by 25%. So you just pop Mindbender whenever you can to help with mana, so you're not having to be locked out of using Solace. And then Shadow Covenant, when you need to start topping off the group and stuff like that and get rid of those Grievous stacks, then you go into Shadow Covenant, you start spamming, you have Twist of Fate pretty often because the health bars are jumping around like crazy. Schism, you know, you have to be attacking for, so that doesn't really play into that playstyle. It's cool. It's a great build. That's going to be my go-to Grievous build. I'm looking at the idea of a middle ground build because as Disc, I have struggled a little bit with Tyrannical, or not Tyrannical. Well, yeah, Tyrannical too, but Prideful. If I don't have Rapture or Barrier up, or something like that, or we come into it out of a messy trash pack or something, Disc has a fairly difficult time, especially compared to Holy. Holy, I literally just cast Heal with Flash Concentration, and I don't have to do any cooldowns. And it's super comfortable. Disc struggles a little bit, so I feel like having Shadow Covenant as an option to spam some Shadowmens would be really strong. And yes, I'd be losing Sins of the Many, which kind of hurts damage. So what I was, the big reason that Sins of the Many feels bad to lose is because of the damage. So I was looking at, what if I meet in the middle and run Shadow Covenant, but I also run something like Schism, and that allows me to have more globals that I can use within a Shadow Covenant window to deal damage. Part of that build theory crafting is I was looking at Purge the Wicked. Purge the Wicked does not count as shadow damage, it's fire damage. So the damage is not increased by Shadow Covenant. I think with my current gear, the ticking damage was 225, I want to say. Shadow Covenant, with just a regular Shadow Word Pain, if you cast the Shadow Word Pain while within Shadow Covenant, it deals 228, I think. It's just a little bit more than Purge the Wicked. You might be like, ooh, 3 damage, what? But the point is, the damage stays that high even after I've left Shadow Covenant, and that frees up that talent row for me to bring something like Divine Star. Divine Star is a pumper. It really deals a lot of damage. On Holy, that's a big percentage of my damage on trash packs and stuff. You just throw it out real quick, and it's some extra healing on the melee clump, and it also deals a bunch of damage. So that gives me the option to use that. So my thought process with this build, I'll try this out. I might do a slightly lower key to see how it feels. I did it in some heroics the other day. It felt really strong for those heroics. But essentially, you go, oh, you know what, let's just talk about it as we're doing it, because there's no sense just standing here. Let's just try to jump into at least a 10. Let's just go into, I don't know, nothing super crazy. Theater of Pain. That's fine, I'll do that. How's their IO? Guess it doesn't really matter. The worse it is, the better it is testing. Sanguine Depths, plus 11. Slappers only, check an IO. If we don't time this, you owe us your firstborn child. 11, okay, there we go. 11 Sanguine Depths. This will be a good test, because this one actually has a lot of reactive damage that you need to heal up with the last gauntlet thing. So, alright. I'll go ahead and start flying that way. While we're waiting on the rest of the group to fill, let me just make sure that I've got this set up right. I think so, yeah. Cool. Alright, so while we're flying over there, we'll talk about it. So my thought process is Shadow Covenant can be flexed in a couple different ways with this build, which I really like the flexibility of it. The most simple option is to pop Shadow Covenant and start Shadowman spamming. That's the easiest way to use it. It's strong, it makes your Shadowman, I think it makes it the most powerful flash heal in the game. Yes, it does tick damage on them, but you know, the point of a flash heal is to stabilize emergency damage, so you know, a little dot is not too big in the scheme of things. You can take care of that with atonement healing and stuff. It's just mostly to get people out of the death zone. So that's the easiest way to use Shadow Covenant. Another way to use it is right on the start of a pull. You use all of your holy abilities like Divine Star and Penance and stuff like that. And then you use Shadow Covenant to dot everybody up, and then stabilize the group with some Shadowman spamming if need be. But it takes advantage of the fact that the tank is usually stable on pull, right on pull, to get in some extra damage and get the dots up and stuff, and then you have the tail end of Shadow Covenant to Shadowman. So that's another usage for it. And then the third usage I'm thinking about for it is similar, but instead of dotting, so you use all your holy abilities first, and then you use Shadow Covenant into a beefed up schism. So you'll be dealing a schism that deals 25% extra damage, which is pretty sweet. And then your schism increases your spell damage by another 25%. And then you just hit them with a really strong Mind Blast, really strong Shadow Word Death if they're low, and then Mind Sears. So I don't know if Mind Games actually counts as shadow damage. If it does, man, Venthyr is definitely the way to go with this build, because that gives you one more ability that you can press within that Shadow Covenant Schism window that will just annihilate, because it already hits really hard. I can't imagine that being balanced if that really does benefit from both of those damage abilities. So, what was this? A Sanguine Depths? I think it was. If so, I'm at the stone, but I also might just be sitting at the wrong stone by myself. That's equally as likely. So with this build, I'm running Mindbender because there's going to be a lot of windows, because I'm going to be trying to use Shadow Covenant a lot. There's going to be a lot of windows where I don't have the ability to even cast Solace. Wondering how mana hungry this is going to be. Shadow Covenant costs 2,500. That is actually a healthy chunk. That's twice as expensive as a Mind Blast. Ooh. That's something I didn't consider. That's pricey. Guess we'll see how it feels. Mind Games and Dwarf Shadows are both Shadow Tree. Well, it's a good thing I'm ready to swap to Venthyr. Well, I gotta finish my quest. I can't imagine. Yeah, it just says increasing your spell damage. Oh, that's Schism. For 9 seconds, your shadow spells deal 25% increased damage and healing, but you cannot cast holy spells. Wow. Wow. That would be really crazy. That means your mind games hits for 50% more between Schism and Shadow Covenant. Oh my gosh. That is just gnarly. Because it's already your hardest hitting ability. So tack on another 50% on top of that, and the fact that it also benefits Atonement. Wow. So we just lost our tank. For some reason. So now we are in the position that I hate being in. When I'm pugging, I almost exclusively join groups that already have a tank. Just because as a healer you can pick and choose, and I'm impatient. And I'm not like looking for specific dungeons right now to finish off Keystone Master or whatever. I'm not just whatever is in the 13-ish range is good. I hate being in this position where I'm sitting in a group of DPS and waiting for a tank, and then DPS keep leaving over and over, and yeah. But first world problems. I'll survive. It's okay. I can wait an extra 5 minutes. Ooh, you know what would go really well with this build, if this build feels like it works well? Kiss of Death. Reduces Shadow Word Death's cooldown by 8 seconds and causes it to trigger Atonement healing when used on targets below 20% health. Ding. That would really, really synergize well. Yeah, dude, level your monk. Monks are crazy. Monks, honestly, yeah, healing Demon Hunters is pretty good. But I would say it's tied for me with monks. I really like healing monks. It's just the stagger mechanic is really nice because you can just see when you need to be stressed out and stuff, compared to a DK where it's, you know, it's just a carnival game of guessing. But monks, like, you can clearly see when you need to be panicked. They've got that crazy big shield. I don't know what skill does that, but they have some kind of big shield that they pop. They have a lot of self-healing that comes from your healing, unlike, like, you know, Death Knight or something. Like, your healing apparently is what triggers monk healing. But anyways, back to Kiss of Death. So that would reduce Shadow Word Death's cooldown, which it's already a 17-second cooldown. That's pretty good, but it reduces it by 8 seconds, so that means that we'd have it every, 9 seconds? That's more often than Mind Blast at this point. So that means for trash packs and stuff like that, you can use it to snipe down. Well, you probably aren't going to get 2 casts. With a 9-second cooldown, you're not going to get 2 casts on a trash pack that's dying. But on like a tyrannical boss, the last 20% of health could last a long time. You can use that to get maybe 3 different Shadow Word Deaths off. And if it applies Atonement healing, and if it's dealing 50% extra damage because of your Schism and Shadow Covenant, man, I bet that would heal a ton. I might have to make that legendary and try it. What, no tanks want to do Sanguine Depths on Necrotic? Gauntlet isn't that hard. It's very hard. The Gauntlet sucks. On Necrotic. It's so bad. It's real bad. So yeah, this build is going to be more mana hungry because of Shadow Covenant, but I don't know. I feel like being able to better respond with reactive healing with Shadow Mends and stuff, because you end up doing a bunch of Shadow Mending. Being able to spend less time doing that will end up being more mana. Will end up being more mana efficient, I should say. If it starts feeling really expensive and I can't afford to keep Shadow Covenanting whenever I want, then I'll end up just doing like kind of more of a regular playstyle without without using Shadow Covenant. Because right now I'm planning to use Shadow Covenant just about any time it's up. Because if it's up at the start of a pull, I can go into it and dot everything up. If it's up when there's a lot of damage out there, I can pop it and then do a bunch of Shadow Mending. If it's up when it's the middle of the pack and I've got dots up already and stuff like that, then I'm just going to pop it and do some Shadow skills for damage. So I'm planning on using it just about every time it's up. So again, if it's too expensive, I'll just ignore the fact that I have it outside of emergencies and just focus on atonement healing. Oh boy, a new follower. Who is it? Khalik. My man Khalik. Level 1. Let's throw you into a level 30 mission and hope for the best. Good luck. Well,
I don't have a target.
we continue to wait.
Potential customer. Hurry back.
Sorry, I haven't been talking. I'm dueling our Boomkin. I'm just kicking his freaking butt. No, I'm not. It's just a constant stalemate. That feels bad. Getting shadow locked while in Shadow Covenant. Oh no! Ah! He typhooned me off the edge. Okay, so apparently when I got blown off the edge here, I can still res at my body, so now I need to res down here in Hearth. So now they're gonna need to send me. Cause I'm stuck down here, I can't fly. So Shadow Word Death, just inherently, even when it's not used to execute somebody, it deals almost as much damage. No, it deals more damage than a Mind Blast. Yeah. It deals almost 100 more damage on the tooltip. So that's just a good damage ability to use during Shadow Covenant anytime. Except for the fact that it kills yourself. But whatever. I've actually had my first experiences last night with accidentally killing myself with death. No, maybe it was 2 nights ago. Sometime recently, I accidentally killed myself twice in one dungeon with Shadow Word Death. Feels bad. Ugh. I really didn't want to be in this position. This is what I'm talking about with waiting for a tank. This sucks. I just wanted to do a quick dungeon. I could leave, but at this point I'm kind of invested. Can anybody tank? Not really anybody that's on. Oh, rip. Rippity rip rip. How about any Frans? Do I have any Frans? I've got a bear tank that's in a Warsong Gulch that I haven't played with in like 2 months. Probably doesn't even know who I am. Could ask him to leave his raided battlegrounds to come tank my 11 Sanguine Depths. Dang, there's this hunter just here. He's got 1445 IO. He's timed 22 15s. Oh, we just lost one more DPS.
Best deals anywhere.
Oh shoot, this guy has vanishing powder. I didn't realize this guy actually sells useful stuff. Yeah, an arc light spinner. I don't have an arc light spinner. I need an arc light spinner. Wow. Bobbles for fishing? Wow. Oh man, come on. Sure, I'll handle listing.
Glad I could help.
Apparently I'm now in charge of finding the rest of the people in our group. 212 mage. 209 Windwalker. He's only times 7, 10 through 14, so. Let's do this mage. Oh wait, oh no, he's Azralon. Shoot! I've screwed us. We're dead. He'll be fine. His IO's good-ish. Good enough. Good enough for an 11. It's better than the other two in our group, so. Okay, now we just need a tank. You know what's interesting? Is we started getting a lot more applicants when we swapped who was party lead. Do they see my IO? Because I have the highest by a long shot. I've got 180. I haven't updated my my add-on. And the rest in our group have the mid 800s. So I wonder if that could be why. I'll just take the free ego inflation and say that that's why. It would stop being frozen. New week, new add-ons. I love how easy it is now with Curse Forge and then also with just typing slash reload. I know, Azerlon. Ari. I've had some decent runs with Azerlon. I've also recently had some very poor runs with Azerlon. Let's see, level 201 bear tank. He's timed 4, 10 through 14s. It's a little scary. But at this point, I'm also kind of sick of waiting. Oh, there we go. A Paladin. A Death Knight. Nope, not the Death Knight. He's only timed 2, 10 through 14s. Yeah, he's got 209 item level, but that's why I don't look at that. He's only done 6 out of 10 on Castle Nathria. No. I don't like either of those. Paladin cancelled anyways. Yeah, and the Death Knights from Ragnaros. Ah! It's all bad. Everything's bad. Do we grab this bear tank and just trust? Faith, trust, and pixie dust? I don't know. I'm hoping that in my indecision another tank will just pop up here that's perfect. Screw it. He's a bear. I'm tired of waiting. Let's go. So he's gonna be I'm gonna justify my decision. The reason that I picked him is because even though he can't tank, with it being necrotic, bears scale well with pull size. So on trash packs and stuff like that, he's going to be getting a lot. Oh, there goes Azerlon, man. Okay, so I guess we relist. Gosh. This is turning into the worst queue experience. Worst group finding experience. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, I think that even though he can't kite with the pull on necrotic and stuff like that, he's going to be mitigating a lot of the damage anyways with stacking Iron Fur. So it should actually balance out. That's my attempt at justification for my decision. Let's see. Let's replace this DPS. So we've got a Hunter, and we've got a Rouge. What type of Rouge is he? He's an Outlaw Rouge. Okay. Got a Shadow Priest. That'll be nice for Tyrannical. Got a warrior. Good boom would be great. Yeah, let's get a good boom. Nice feral. A Ragnaros boom. Who's timed 44 5 through 9s, but only 2 10 pluses. That shows me that he's hard stuck. Oh, just throw my phone. Oh, this boomy's good. Kibizu. 206. His main is 14, 13. Yeah, I'm gonna take him. Hello. Get on in here. Are you feral? He's balanced. Oh. The stars have aligned. Get it? Alright, this is gonna be miserable. But it's gonna be a great test of my new healing build. Hooray! It's so funny. I rarely put together groups. I usually join other groups that are kind of like already forming. But man, anytime I'm the party lead and I'm trying to pull together a group for my own key or something like that, it's so funny what the DPS whisper you. I mean, this one wasn't that funny. The hunter just said, "Me, please." Like, sure, that's pretty normal. But I mean, it's kind of pointless because you're just begging. It's like when they whisper you, I'll top your chart. I'll make your other DPS cry. I'll make it look like you don't even have other DPS. I'm the only one. If you want a smooth key, carry me. Or no, that's not what I meant to say. If you want a smooth key, let me carry you. Things like that. Alright. I want an accurate test. So I'm going to I'm gonna eat food and I'm actually gonna flask this one as well. Even though it's just an 11, because I want to test out this build. Ready. Okay, I'm going to intro this, so in case it goes well, I'm going to put it up to YouTube. This is a plus 11 Sanguine Depths. I'm running it as Disc. I'm trying a new build. So let me show you the talents here before we get going. Right now I'm running with Penitent one, but there's some other legendaries that I think might be better for this. And I'll talk about that once I explain the build. So basically, this kind of pulls from the idea of a build that I was using for Grievous Week, where you use Shadow Covenant, and it buffs up your Shadow Mens. So oh, this little tiny spider's attacking me. What a jerk. I'm gonna rapture this. So what this build does is it kind of pulls from that idea, but it meets in the middle. And so it gives you Shadow Covenant so that you have really powerful Shadow Mens if you need it. But it also incorporates Schism, which gives you the option to use Shadow Covenant for some extra meaty damage. So there's a couple different ways that you can use Shadow Covenant in this build. You can use it right at the start of a pack, like I'll use it that way for this one. So going in, I'm gonna go ahead and use Penance. I'm gonna fade, use Shadow Covenant, and start dotting. Okay, and now I'm gonna use it to stabilize the tank with powerful Shadow Mends. And now I'm out of Shadow Covenant, and I can start doing other stuff. So that's one way you can use it. Because I'm not actually using Purge the Wicked, I'm using Shadow Word Pain. It has like a slight... I'm gonna pull him. Give him a second to drop stacks. It gives you a slight damage boost compared to Purge the Wicked when you use Shadow Word Pain within Shadow Covenant. I can't heal him. There we go. But that's not really the reason why. The reason that you swap is because it allows you to take Divine Star, which is a really high damage ability that with not very much downtime. You can just literally... So you can use Divine Star really easily. You just toss it out. It's super easy. And it accounts for a big amount of your damage and trash pulls and stuff. And then the third way that you can use Shadow Covenant is you can pair it with Schism, Mind Blast, Shadow Word Death, and Mind Seer for some big damage. My big concerns with this build is it's expensive. It's 2,500 mana, so that's a lot. So I'm going to be watching to see how my mana feels. Already I know my mana kind of struggles when I use Mind Blast, so using Shadow Covenant on top of Mind Blast is kind of scary. So we'll see how that goes. If it is 2 mana expensive, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like I don't have Shadow Covenant. And then I'll just play as if I had Sins of the Many, which means that I just do Atonement Healing, and then when I need to, I can stabilize the group with Shadow Mends, with Shadow Covenant, or something like that. I'm losing out on a little bit of extra damage from Sins of the Many, but I feel like it balances out because I have the option to stabilize. One of the big reasons I wanted to try this build was because of Prideful. I'm having a hard time with Prideful as disc if I don't have a cooldown up. Like, there's a lot of times where you use a Prideful and then you're about to go into a big trash pack, or you just came out of a big trash pack, or you're going into a boss or something like that. And you need to use your cooldowns in a different way. For example, I'm going to go ahead and use Rapture here. I'm going to spam Raptures on the tank because this group is really, really painful with the Necrotic. Okay, he needs to drop his stacks. I'm going to pull him. Pull him back here. Okay, he should be able to drop now. Okay, he's dropped. He's good. Ooh-wee. This bear. He's not doing bad. He's doing a good job. So we should Prideful off this pack, and then we'll start the boss. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out some Shadow Mends. Start this off with just some regular old Atonement Healing. And then once the damage starts getting crazy, I need to save cooldowns here. So this is a good test of Shadow Covenant. Let's use the Radiance Charge here. Oh, don't... I'm dancing with this rogue. It keeps going back and forth with this projectile thing. Okay, one more Radiance Charge. Hey, this one was good. Maybe it's because it's an 11. I didn't even have to pop Shadow Covenant. Just Atonement Healing was enough. Cool, let's go. Unlimited mana. Alright, so for this one, this boss, the big thing I need to worry about is his Severing Smash. When he's Severing Smashes, my goal is to have Raptures up on the entire group. On Tyrannical, there's probably going to be 2 phases at least. Okay, so Juggernaut Rush on me. I'm going to go ahead and fade for the extra damage reduction. There we go. Habitual Radiance Charge that I didn't need to use there. Yeah, so for the first Severing... Okay, oh, I'm late. Shoot. Radiance, Radiance. Radiance. Yes, look at that. Almost instant. We were able to get all the orbs, because Radiance allows you to just, you know, do the healing on the front side of the fight, and then you grab the orbs that gets rid of the shields, and then you might still have a little bit of the time left on the cooldown to cover the last couple orbs. That vicious headbutt hurts. Alright, so at this point, oh no, I used Shadow Covenant. Actually, no, this is good. I'm going to go ahead and just Shadow Mend the group. Yep. Beefy heal says good. Okay, let's do one more Radiance Charge. Okay, now we need him to die before he does Severing Smash again, because I don't really have much for this. Ah! Tank's gonna die anyways. Get him down. Yes! Perfect timing. 1 second to go. That worked out really well. So essentially having Shadow Covenant with Shadow Mend spams gives you a third quote-unquote cooldown. So you've got my options when the going gets rough is Rapture, Barrier, blow all my Radiance charges. I guess that's a 4th option. And then Shadow Mend spamming with Shadow Covenant. So it's not super mana efficient, but it's more mana efficient than spamming Shadow Mends without Shadow Covenant. So far, this has felt really nice. Wow, this guy hurts. I'd assume that this build hurts my passive damage across the dungeon, at the trade-off of having better potential HPS. So if the going gets rough and people are standing and stuff and they need reactive healing, I feel like this build might have a little bit going for it. Disc in general benefits really well when the entire team knows what they're doing and isn't getting hit by unavoidable stuff, and the healing is managed that way, which inherently makes it kind of difficult for pugging, which adds to the perception that a lot of people have that they don't like playing with discs or priests in general, because for pugs they just can't keep up. That's why Resto Shaman is doing so well, is because Resto Shaman heals the most. Their damage is not necessarily great. But they heal the most, so it makes for a smooth run. And then, I mean, so does Holy Priest, but Holy Priest is memed as a beginner spec and an easy spec, and so there's not a whole lot of top tier people playing Holy, so people just don't have experience playing with a Holy that knows what the heck they're doing. Alright, so for this group, yeah, I'm going to Shadow Covenant and go ahead and Shadow Word Pain. So there's 3 mobs there, they're all good now. We'll go ahead and spin the tail end of this on a Schism and a Mind Blast. And now we're out, so we're going to use our other damage abilities like Penance, and Divine Star, and all that good jazz. Whoa, what? Oh. Oops, I don't know how that rogue died. He said sorry. Honestly, I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at something else. I assume he stood in something. So I'm going to allow him to accept blame for that. Even though I was not looking at his health bar, if I'm honest. I don't remember what I was talking about. So let's move on. Okay, I'm going to rapture this because this is kind of a tight little hallway and it doesn't look like the bear is pulling him to the corner, so if we get a dread bindings, it's going to hurt. There's the dread bindings. I'm going to run to the... Oh, I did outrange it. Nice. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. I was freaking out because my Shadow Mend, I knew it... I knew that it dealt more with Shadow Covenant, but I was hovering over the tooltip and it was dealing less and less and less damage. I was like, what the heck? But it was that aura of dread or whatever from the mobs. So it's like, oh, okay, that's not the end of the world. All right, so now I've got dots up. Let's go ahead and get off a Shadow Mend or a Radiance Charge, and then go into. Yeah, that's a nice way to use that. So you use a Radiance Charge to get Atonement on everybody once you've got your dots and stuff up. And then you go into Shadow Covenant after you've got a Radiance Charge up to have Atonement up on everybody. And then you're free to do damage or spot healing, whatever you want. Because yes, Shadow Mending is a nice way to apply Atonements when people have lower health. But it's also much slower than just popping a Radiance Charge. So if there's just group-wide damage going out, like a Prideful or something like that, then Radiance is superior. Okay, and his Tyrannical stacks dropped off, so I'm going to top him real quick before we pull the next group. We need to focus this Fury. I'm going to go ahead and use Shadow Covenant for my big damage abilities. So I popped Shadow Covenant, Schism, Mind Blast, Pain, Death, and then Mind Sear. Yeah, my overall damage is not quite as high as it normally would be, but I really do like having the option for helping the group recover with the Shadow Mend spamming. So it's a trade-off. It's probably not optimal for top-tier groups, but this definitely, I think, is going to make pugging as disc a lot more comfortable. Because there's just some moments where the whole group has so much damage on them and you're just like, I don't know what to do. You spam Shadow Mend and then you run yourself out of mana and the group doesn't stop and they pull the next group and they're like, well, I don't ever have to stop with a Resto Shaman. Ooh, I've been really bad about using Power Infusion. That's been bad this run. I've not cast it once, I don't think. Whoopsies. I'm going to make this Boomkin stay. Okay, so see the whole group is lower here? Maybe not the whole group, but all but one. Pop Shadow Covenant and start Shadow Mending. And we're good. And I would have had to do that. The thing is, I would have had to have probably done that anyways, but with less powerful Shadow Mends. So I'm just taking something that inherently needs to happen most of the time anyways, and I'm just buffing it up at the cost of lowering my passive damage. Okay, so I am rooted, and this dot hurts, and I thought I was going to get hit by that explosive vellum, so I pain sept myself. That is one big advantage of... Oh! One big advantage of Disc over Holy is the damage reduction. Yes, normally you're popping pain suppression on the tank, so you don't have it for yourself anyways. So a lot of times it doesn't really even matter. I'm going to turn off my webcam because my daughters are awake. Hello? But it is nice to have that option to pop it on yourself for situations like that. Did you have a good nap? Alright. Alright, time for the best boss in the game. Especially on Tyrannical. He's so easy, so fun. Okay, sounds good. Okay, outside, now we move out. Oh boy, those are close together. Shoot. Alright, so this would be a nice moment to have Shadow Covenant up for the Shadowmen spamming, but I don't have it. Okay, so it's going to go outside first. When's the next cascade? 5 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and Rapture. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. There's the castigate. Spam it up on this guy. Keep moving. We're doing great so far. This has been smooth. Okay, there's the outside one. We need to move out now. Okay. Castigate on me. I'm going to tuck away in this little corner here. Pop Desperate Prayer. Okay. Outside ring should be coming in a second. I'm going to... Okay, so there I'm going to pop Shadow Covenant, Mindbender. I'll have to get it for you in a second, baby girl. 1 second. Okay, there's the outside ring. I'm going to move out. I'm going to pop another Radiance charge. Castigate in 3 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and barrier us. There we go. Okay, and I know I need to move, but... Okay, Shadow Covenant into Shadowman spamming. That was probably the smoothest I've ever done that boss. That felt really, really good. Wow. And I'm gonna credit that to Shadow Covenant, because there was a lot of moments there where I really needed something else, and having that ability to Shadow Covenant spam was just really, really great. I like it a lot. Also out of mana. Let's pop Mana Pot. Blood Elf Racial, go into Rapture spamming. Alright. Tanks did a nice job kiting to remove his necrotic stacks. Oh, and we've got Prideful, and I'm broke. Oh, this is going to be rough. Okay, so let's see if I can do a Prideful as disc with 8% mana. Oh boy. I told... Oh, Innervate. You beautiful, beautiful chicken. Didn't even need it, though. He was just about dead. I bet they popped cooldowns, though. So, I'm not gonna put it on my resume that I can do a Prideful as disc with 8% mana. No, you can play it in a second, but you gotta wait a bit. Okay? I'll get it for you after this, okay? Okay. My 5-year-old wants to play my tablet. It's a snow day. We're all in veg mode. We're all hanging out. Okay, this one. Let's go ahead and use Shadow Covenant to get off dots. Schism, Mind Blast, Shadow Word Death, Mind Seer, all that good stuff. Still not super high damage. Like 1.5 with Prideful is not anything to hang up on your fridge. Oh my goodness, this bear. So this is where Bear Tank is, oh, am I gonna get 3? 1, 2, I need this one. No, no! Ah! This is where Bear Tank kind of struggles, is the Tyrannical portion of this, because, I'm gonna have to Rapture this. Boomkin's too low. Okay, and let's use this good old Shadowman spamming with Shadow Covenant to catch up here. This is where Bear struggles, is on Tyrannical. They do really well with pull size, so more things hitting them. But a single boss wailing on them for... a single boss is not super good at that. I'm just talking because this boss actually has more healing required than Tarvold. It's just kind of more spread out, so you don't notice it as much, but it is something we got to be careful of. It's like in between those two big damage windows, I've got to make sure that the group is literally full. Otherwise, they are not going to survive the next Rite of Supremacy. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and fade this. Let's get up the group with Schism, Radiance Charge. Now, as you're moving, this is actually a good opportunity, because there's ticking damage, right? It's a good opportunity to just spam basic shields, just power word shields. Okay, I missed the Iron Spikes with the power. I got a Shadow Covenant here. Group's too low. Yeah, I missed Pain Suppression on the tank for this Iron Spikes. Okay, Endless Torment. I'm going to Radiance Charge, pop my Mind Bender for some passive damage. Just get some shields off on people as I'm running. Okay, and now Pain Sup on the tank, so he survives that Iron Spikes. Innervate on me, that's great to help us stabilize to go into this next pull. I'm going to try to get to the top of the stairs and catch a quick drink.
This is the prize you seek. None have ever escaped the same way death prison, and neither will you.
Still drinking. Groups. Okay, now we need to do something. Alright, I'm going to pop Rapture and Barrier. How wasteful. Honestly, that was probably pretty wasteful, but I should have Rapture back up by the time we engage the Duder in there, the Gargoyle, the one that casts Craggy Fracture. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Mind Bender there because it's up. Oh my goodness! He got nuked. That's only the second death in this whole thing. Wow. Grand. Okay, so this group, again, you can pull just 2 of them, so that's what he did. Good for him. Nice job, tank. And that allows you to not have to deal with all 3, because all 3 of these together really stinks. Because you've got chains, you've got the stupid misty guys that stab out with swords. Ah! And then to throw the Craggy Fracture on top of that is, and also trying to avoid the Severing Slice. It's just, it's a toughie. How much does a Radiance Charge cost? So Radiance Charge is more than a Shadow Covenant charge. Yeah, so trying to top off the group with a Radiance into a Penance is... well, I guess that is a little bit more efficient. I don't know. Oh. I don't know. It's definitely more efficient than Shadow Covenanting into 5 Shadowmens to put Atonement up on everybody. Okay, I really need to drink here before we get into this gauntlet. You're silly, girly. 5-year-old's trying to sneak up on me.
Gods, slay them
But she's doing it about as well as you think a 5-year-old would. Okay, so pain supping, I've got to be pretty liberal with my cooldown usage here to survive through this hallway. Not only survive, but to make it with decent mana. So I'm going to be... so I just asked that the druid innervates me on cooldown here. Okay, so couple people with a lot of damage on them. So I went into Shadow Covenant to try to spam up. I'm gonna wait for the tank to... Oh, he didn't drop a stack. Shoot! Oh my gosh. So I can't heal him. He's 90%. There we go. There we go. There we go. Quick, 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 quick. Okay. There we go. So I asked the Balance Druid to innervate me on cooldown here. I'm also going to be popping Mana Potion and all that stuff. On these packs, they die too fast to make it worth dotting. So instead, I'm using Unholy Nova. And then I also now have Divine Star with this build, so that's great. And then I also have Mindseer. So those are 3 good AoE options that are quick, easy, that don't require me to waste a ton of mana on putting up dots. So far, so good. As long as we can kill this Gargan before the next Gargan touches the tank, I could have caught a drink, but I couldn't have. So right now, the group's kind of stable, so I'm going to Fleshcraft, use the downtime. So we're about a third of the way through the hallway, and I am at 69% mana. That's perfect. Okay, I don't know when Gloom Squall is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and Rapture here, because we got a lot of damage on a bunch of people. For some reason, our Moonkin has half the aggro here. Okay, so now I'm going to Radiance Charge. Let's go ahead and Power Infuse the Boomkin. Mindbender's up. It's great. Oh, a Prideful? Are you serious? We gotta do a Prideful in the middle of this? Oh my gosh. And Gloom Squall, I am so dead. Oh. This is not good at all. I've got aggro on Gargans. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Oh, and he hit me with the bursting. No. Oh, we gotta reset that. There's no way. Oh. Yeah, that was an interesting Pride timing. That should not happen. That was not a good place for that at all. That was a series of unfortunate events right there. That's funny. But hey, we're in the last hallway. We've got 10 minutes and 34 seconds left. Only 7 deaths so far, and 5 of them came from that moment right there. So that's great. For some reason, our Boomkin's just taken a nap and has decided not to res. So that's great. At this point, he should just stay, because otherwise he's going to miss the Prideful. And I got a Gargan on me. Okay, so we blew a battle res. Alright, we're full. He's still sitting there, so I assume he's disconnected or something. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's up. And he did get Prideful. Cool. Alright, we gotta push this fast. We got Prideful. That's actually gonna make this pretty nice. So yeah, we did get a wipe, but this is gonna be a nice way to recover. Probably didn't need to pain sub there. I definitely didn't need to pain sub there. It's my bad. I think Holy Nova does more damage than Mindseer. I'm not honestly sure though. I would think it does. because it requires you to be in melee, but at the same time it also does healing, so that would make sense if it didn't. Okay, didn't need to rapture there, I just did out of habit, but we have the prideful buffs, so not really a great time to do it. Almost just mind-bendered out of habit too. I don't need it, I'm at 97% mana. So let's wait a second, we'll go ahead and pop Power Infusion on the Boomkin. Gloom Squall, so let's go ahead and get up a... Oh! I almost didn't make it in there. Okay, so let's pop Radiance Charge into Shadow Covenant, Schism, Mindbender, Quantum Device, all that stuff. Yeah, nice. So we'll see what my overall damage is by the end of this. I don't think I'm ever below 1k overall DPS, no matter how much healing and crap and stuff is going on. So I should... I'm guessing I'll be lower than that, based on the amount of times I've looked down and seen where my DPS was. But the trade-off is this has felt really smooth, healing-wise. Let's go ahead and barrier this. Put down a big yellow animation right when everybody needs to dodge the swirly yellow animations. You know, visibility. Cool. Alright, that's the last pack outside of this room. And I can finally catch a pomegranate. I mean, outside of that weird prideful thing, it was a really smooth hallway. Kind of a difficult test, though. I can't say that, man, this build felt really good for the hallway, because we wiped, and then we had prideful for half of it. Which, yeah, that made it feel really smooth, but that's not going to happen in every group. Might happen in every Azerlon Pug. Oh, shoot, we're at 91%. Yeah, this guy's root didn't pan out well at all. We're at 91% on the last boss. We got 6 minutes left. We're gonna have to... Yeah. Did I get hit there? What happened? So getting these Wicked Rushes shielded up. I don't have barrier up. That is a great opportunity for barrier though. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Shadow Min spam with Shadow Covenant here. Seems like a good opportunity for that. Next Gloom Squall, I'm going to go ahead and Rapture it. Starting with myself, because, boy, these stupid dots hurt and they never go away. Oh, yes they do. I guess the barrier removes them? I don't know. Defensively penance myself because I need it and I can't afford to die here. Okay, we have Radiance Charge, let's use it. He's got 8% health left, I've got 30% mana left, so should be okay. Just keep it going. Make sure we don't get hit by these piercing blurs. 3, 4, that would have been a good opportunity for Shadow Covenant. So barrier here. You always want to pop barrier after they do the bubble thing. Otherwise, you might have people standing in that rather than the bubble, and then they're gonna get blown off, and they're gonna blame you. So always pop it after. Don't finish the cast. Just go. Just move. I'm gonna paint up myself. How much health is the boss? 2%. I've got no mana. Let's pop a pot. There's Gloom Squall. I have nothing for this. So there I popped Unholy Nova and Desperate Prayer because that's all I had. Alright, we got it. Now we gotta finish trash. Wick! So we need to take Bat to the beginning. Wow, slowest flying animation ever. Come on, let's get back to the beginning. Just instantly teleport us. Come on, let's go. We got 3 minutes left. 9% trash. At least it lets me get my mana back. So that was a poor route. That shouldn't have happened. We should have pulled more trash earlier. Because we should have prided right before the boss. That last room should have given us prideful, so we were a little bit short. It's all good. The testing that I wanted to do for this build, I would call that a success. This felt really, really nice, healing-wise. Okay, we're just gonna Rapture, because he's gonna go crazy trying to pull stuff, trying to get this percentage as fast as possible. Oh boy. Yeah, we pulled everything. This is gonna be tough. Maybe. The silence makes that really nice. Thank you, Boomkin. As long as we don't wipe, we've got this. You shouldn't say things like that, by the way. Not a good idea. Not a good life choice. Because then that one thing that you don't want to happen will happen. Like ironic poetry. Oh! Speak of the devil. No! Oh my gosh, no! Don't you do it, dude. Rogue died. We're getting a big res up because we're not trying to save our 3 big reses at this point with 1 minute left. I hope this guy gives us 3%. Nope. I need to innervate if it's up, dude. It's apparently not. Or maybe he's just saving it afterwards for something. That was lovely. Wonderful job, team. Time to plus 11. Barely. Alright, so my overall damage was 758. Definitely lower than it is with the Sins of the Many build. Even if you're running Twist of Fate. Like, yeah, it'll be even higher if you run Sins of the Many and Schism. The highest damage potential one is Schism, Angelic Feather, Solace, Shining Force, Sins of the Many, Purge the Wicked, and Lenience. And then one step on the more defensive side is to add in Twist of Fate. The next step on the making it easier side is adding Mindbender. And then the next step on making it even more reactive healing is to go Shadow Covenant. So the most like reactive, like I really want to be a Holy Priest disguised as a Disc Priest. You would run Twist of Fate, Angelic Feather, Mindbender, whatever you want on this row, Shadow Covenant, Divine Star, and Lenience. So this is just one tick back in the opposite direction by adding back in Schism, because that allows you to have the option to deal damage. Um, but overall, very happy with the build. Didn't feel nearly as stressful and behind the ball as a lot of times Disc can feel. With a more coordinated group, you'd want to go with the other build, the full damage build, because people aren't going to be getting hit by random stuff. They're going to be avoiding stuff. If you're on comms, you're communicating, you're, you know, timing out your cooldowns and stuff like that, and that's all good. But this is really great for pugging. Very happy with it. To be doing some more testing, and we'll see how it goes. But I'll clip this one and put it on YouTube. Just kind of trying to talk while I'm running back. Everybody else has had their loot for like a minute now. Bunch of stinking rogues and druids and hunters. And I'm so slow. Ooh, Castagator's Mantle. Is that really an upgrade? No way. It's a 3 item level upgrade. A 3 item level upgrade in exchange for removing my haste. It's mastery main and then verse. Might honestly save that for PvP. That verse is gonna be nice. For Disc Priest, my haste is already terrible. I'm at 18%. It should be my highest, but I kind of just go for item level upgrades and let the cards fall where they land. Let the chips fall where they land. Everything's falling where it lands. I don't know the saying. I just use big words to make myself sound more photosynthesis. So, good run. That was awesome. I'll hang on to that for my PvP build. I'm gonna take a quick break because my goyles are awake, and I promised my 5-year-old time on the tablet, and I want to get another cup of coffee and all that jazz. So I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Let's do it. What are we doing? Alright, so that build felt really nice. I might make a disc. I need to make some kind of disc and Holy Guide soon. For both Mythic Plus and Raids. And I think what I might do is I might, in the discussion about disc, talk about all the different talent choices that you can make to be on the spectrum between damage and healing. So just real quick as a walkthrough. Actually, what the heck? Let's make one now, and I'll clip it on. I'll clip it later for video. Probably should wait until my girls aren't screaming. Maybe I'll make it later tonight. Let's do that. On second thought. Because nobody wants to watch a guide video with a happy 1.5-year-old screaming. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm talking in guild. Looks like we might be coordinating keys. Let's pop in the old Discord. Maybe not. It's all spread out. Looks like we've got 3 doing League of or PvP. I don't know what they're doing. Might be League of Legends.